My name is Florence Chalo. I am a marine engineer. I've been in the work field for close to 4 years now. Currently, I work on board MV Uhuru 1 as an engineer officer, and I also work as a project officer at the Kenya Shipyards Limited in the ongoing project of construction of MV Uhuru 2. Well, historically, the maritime sector has been known to be male-dominated, and there has been culture and social perspectives that have been developed that some of the tasks and responsibilities belong to men. And this notion has led to what you're seeing, the few numbers of women in this industry. Another reason is that there's inadequate awareness of the kind of numerous opportunities that are present in this broad maritime sector. Yeah, and this has led to the few numbers that we're seeing in women in the field. Well, to change these statistics that we're seeing of having the fewer women, we need to create awareness to the people out there, especially the women. And this year's theme being a mobilizing network for gender equality, all the stakeholders should feel obligated to create this awareness, to encourage women to join this field, and also support the women that are already in the field so that they can progress in their career and raise their profiles and be able to hold prominent positions in this industry. And this in itself will encourage more women to join the field. Yeah, we still have some existing stereotypes in the industry that doubt that the capabilities of women, if they can actually undertake some responsibilities, and this has been a discouragement to some of the women in the field, and they feel that they have to, put in more effort compared to their male counterparts, and this in itself is a barrier to the career progression of women in the field. Looking at the Sustainable Development Goal about the gender equality, which we know is a key pillar or rather to attain a sustainable future, then fighting or advocating to have gender balance in this field will, help us achieve that. And also women bring with themselves different perspectives of things. And eventually this promotes the social and economic growth and development of any industry. I joined the marine engineering field as a cadet engineer, and I've been able to gain experience that has enabled me to advance, and currently I'm a third engineer on board MV Uhuru 1, and I also have other responsibilities as a project officer in construction of MV Uhuru 2 at the Kenya Shipyards Limited.
I'm a deck officer, MV Uhuru. Currently, I'm acting as the chief officer on board. Here we have a steering, and we have a compass. With this ship has no gyro. We normally use a magnetic compass. It has been here since the ship was built in 1965. It's an old one. So it guides us to give us direction when we are sailing. Then apart from this, we have other navigation aids. We have a chart plotter. This is an electronic charter. We have a manual backup on the chart room. We'll show you later. This one shows the ship's position and if the ship is on track. If there is any obstacles, like this one you see is an obstruction. So if the course lies there, automatically you land on the underground water. So it guides us This one as a GPS. It shows us the speed, the rate, total time to take, estimated time of arrival, and course we are going. The other thing is radar. This shows us anything that is floating on the water. Especially at night, the visibility is not clear. So it normally guides us if there is any ship coming or there is any other boat fishing, they have not displayed their lights. So this one helps to notice that there is something ahead of us. Then from there we have a chart room, which is manual. From apart from the chart plotter, we have a manual charter. You have to come here first. You have to come first. You press your route. After you have just pressed your route on the chart, that's the time you take the coordinates to the automatic chart plotter, which guides you. Yeah, that's from there. Once everything we are done, the ship is ready to go.
My name is Marcelina Kinyowar. I'm a quartermaster in MV Uhuru, Kenya Railways Company. So what we do basically, what I do, I can say that I steer the ship. I take order from the officer on watch. You are given the course on which I'm supposed to steer the ship. Then I'm also to look at the radar angle. I'm supposed to be sure I'm on the either starboard or the port side. Mainly, I work for 4 hours, and after 4 hours I go to rest. But all in all, we work on a shift, and it's about teamwork. We have to be 3 of us here on deck. So mine is to steer the ship while I take orders from the officer on watch. As also, we also have another person who does the lookout. So we have to have a person for the lookout. The officer takes care of the machine, the radar, chart plotter, and the GPS, while I steer the ship to make sure I'm on the right course of the ship.
In a well-structured industry, there must be a medical department, and KSL, in conjunction with the maritime, is not an exemption. We also have a medical department, which my role in it is to keep the medical records up to date and ensure that there is confidentiality of the patient's records. And these records also help us to continue with the patient care when there is need for the patient to be treated further or records reviewed. Upon the completion of MV Route 2, there is actually a medical department in the ship, and the medical team are expected to be on board all the time, since anything can happen or there can be any kind of emergency that needs their attention. Yeah.
My name is Jacinta Kiama, working as a quality control inspector at Kenya Shipyard Limited. Kenya Shipyard Limited is a company that it's a major contributor in maritime industries. My role here as a quality inspector is to make sure it's monitoring all the incoming and outgoing products. When I mean of incoming, we are dealing with the metals and everything that we are going to use that is coming to the company. So we have to make sure, we have to inspect the materials that they meet the standards that we are supposed to be using. When I also talk about the outgoing, these are the manufactured products that we are having here. We do the inspections of all the products and we make sure that they are meeting the required specification, and also to make sure that we are meeting the client or customers' expectations.
On this day, I would like to celebrate all the women in the maritime sector, and I would like to encourage young ladies out there to consider venturing into this sector despite all the challenges that might be there. For us who are already in it, we are working hard, and we will continue to support each other, to encourage each other, so that we can accommodate all of us and continue to forge a clear path for the future generation in this industry.
My name is Hilda Okia. I'm a statistician by profession. I work here at Kenya Shipyard as an administrative clerk, and I also maintain the database for all the productivity work done on the ships that are here for overhaul and refit.